Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Fall Podcast. Jersey Joe Archino back here again, and I spent the entire season as the New York Giants beat reporter for 104.5, the team ESPN Radio Albany, and I've really been churning out these podcasts the last couple of days because it has been a very big news in Giant land. Obviously today Coach Coughlin had his farewell press conference. I did a little bit yesterday talking about him and everything that he meant, and I really think everything that I said yesterday was so well conveyed in his farewell press conference today. You saw the outpouring of support from guys like Justin Tuck, from Steve Weatherford, Eli Manning in tears, holding back tears at Coach Coughlin's press conference. And I've always known Coach Coughlin was a special man, but when you're in that building and you see the way that he's revered by everyone, this is a legend. This is a man who who is held in such high regard, who is just such an honorable person that it's difficult to come up with words, and there's certainly such a special feeling you get being around a man like this. I mean, you can quote so many of the things that he said there. I think the big first thing right off the bat that really you watch and you want to just tear the walls down for the guy. I mean, if you're a player, this is a guy that you just, oh my goodness, how could you not want to play for him? Winning the right way, he said 2 times. And I think that's something that's lost sometimes in professional sports. There's people who will win no matter what the costs are, but sometimes that's at an expense. Like the Dallas Cowboys bringing in a guy like Greg Hardy. A guy like Tom Coughlin would never, ever have a person like Greg Hardy on that roster, and that's one of the reasons he believes so fundamentally that it's not just the job of a head coach in the NFL to teach the X and the O's to players. It's their job to teach these guys life lessons for when their pro careers are over, to make them better men, to make them better fathers, to make them better husbands. In all capacities, Coach Coughlin believed with every fiber of his being that his job was not just to coach these players up. His job was to coach them about life. That was more important to him than what someone was going to do on the football field. It was giving these players virtues that would last a lifetime, and that's exactly what he said. The virtues that will last a lifetime. Teaching these guys honesty, trust, responsibility, respect, service, and integrity. And I think that is everything that every one of us should want. Not just in sports, in life. That's something everybody should have. And it's something that Coach Coughlin has in every fiber of his being. And it's something, and one of the reasons you see there's so much respect. I mean, I think Justin Pugh, I talked to him the day after the game. A young guy like that, all he is known is the tutelage of Coach Coughlin. Stuff like that. He said, when I look back at it one day, I'm not going to just remember the things he told me about football. I'm going to remember a guy who taught me a lot of things about life. That's not just that is Coach Coughlin. It's a life of knowledge and sharing that knowledge with all of his players that he's had come through his doors over the years. But I just think it's so telling in this day and age because it's been lost. It is a lost art of what's happened. We have teams, we have players who will just do horrible things, and we have owners, we have organizations who just want the bottom line. If they're winning, they don't care what the expense is. You have Adrian Petersons, you have Greg Hardys, you have guys who just lack those fundamental human characteristics we all should have. Honesty, trust, responsibility, respect, service, integrity. Greg Hardy lacks all of those things. Adrian Peterson lacks those things. There are too many players in the NFL today who lack those traits. There's a reason Coach Coughlin was at the helm for the Giants for 12 seasons. How many times will we see that moving forward in the NFL? I really don't know how many more times that's going to happen after the guys like the Belichicks move on from the world. But Tom Coughlin is in a league of his own when it it comes to what he meant as a figure. I'm not even going to just say as a football coach, as a figure, because that is everything that he meant, he stood for, and he was going to impose that. That was going to be his mission. And he said, one of the things I love that he said, I mean, everything he said was phenomenal, but he said, relationships are the primary objective. Those are the things that he took away more than anything during his coaching career, is building relationships with players, building relationships with people that he's been around, and I think you've seen it, the outpouring of support. I mean, there's no more telling, and it's been all throughout the day, it's been played over and over again. Eli Manning in the back with those tears coming down and fighting them back. That is such an iconic image right there of the respect between quarterback and his coach. And I just think, look, if you need to write down some words to live by, just go by what his quote was. You go on a big whiteboard, you write honesty, you write down trust, you write down responsibility, you write down respect, you write down service, and you finish it off with the word integrity. If you live by all those things and you write all those things on a big board, you're going to be a successful person in life. Clearly, Tom Coughlin has been quite a successful person in life, and many of his players have been successful on the football field and are successful after football because he taught them the right way. He taught them how to be men. He listened and he knew what he had to do to teach them what happened after football. Tom Coughlin is as classy as he comes. He has the words to live by, and I think everybody should really look into those and really live by those same words. But until next time, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault podcast. You can check out more of our content on NorthAvenueNation.com, on my YouTube at Joe Archino. Follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino, and on Instagram, Jersey_Joe Archino. And until next time, we'll be back.